Amazing. We are here and it's time for us to get down to a very timely conversation. I say timely conversations because if there is any parent who is looking forward to the results of the KJSEA today, probably they are sitting at the edge of their seats. They are probably waiting and just hoping, whatever it is that they had imagined, the results to look like or where the children should go to school. I mean, there are all these expectations that we have today. And I believe it's a crucial day for us to have a conversation about how do we manage this expectation. And I think it goes deeper than just simply waiting for those exam results. There are so many things that we need to put into consideration so that we can help our children go to the right places, the right senior school that will help them in, the subjects that they have done well. So I think it's important for us to discuss this even as we pray that the results will come and they will come well. So today we are going to be looking at managing these expectations, and we have Wambugu Kamau with us today, a CBE/CBC consultant. He's also a mentor and a life coach, and we will be allowing him to speak to us about this and to just break it down for us, even as we endeavor to give hope to the parents to know, by the way, this is not an insurmountable mountain. This is something we can deal with and also help our children deal with as well. So karibu sana.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm very good. I'm feeling good.
Yes.
And excited to be in this great Hope TV.
Yes. Karibu sana. We are glad to have you. And I think it's a very important day. But before we begin, maybe you can give a brief introduction of yourself to the people so that they know who you are.
Wambugu Kamau is a mentor, life coach, and also I go around schools. I do CBC in TikTok. I'm the only one who gives good, simple, explain breakdowns of CBC stroke. Nowadays we call it CBE stroke CBC manenos. I call it manenos because CBC or CBE has a lot of information put together. Hiyo ni maneno mingi sana. I call it CBC manenos. Yes. So I'm glad for you to have me here.
Yes.
I want to start with a lighter note and say, blessed are those who do not have expectations, for they shall not be disappointed.
I like that. Yes. I like that on a light note. That's beautiful. Yes. And maybe tell us about this CBC/CBE manenos. We don't have many people doing that, just as you've mentioned. In fact, I think you will be the only one to many people.
Yes.
Maybe talk about why it's important even to break it down for the people, because this is something new that many parents may not really be even conversant with. Even as at now, they are still struggling to grapple with the realities and what it actually means. So maybe you can give us just a brief overview of what CBC/CBE actually entails.
Yeah, before I do that, I want to quote Nelson Mandela, who said that people fight things they don't understand.
That's true.
So once you explain to people everything about something, then they embrace it. So I would say on our part, maybe from onset, people never got the full information about CBC/CBE. So when we started, it was called CBC, competence-based curriculum. Then on the way, they decided to call it CBE. CBE is competence-based education because we are moving from one education system to another education system. And the right word would be competence-based education. Now, competence-based education is the overall of education system in Kenya. All the components you know about education are in CBE, including CBC. CBC is just a competence-based curriculum from PP1 to grade 12. And now, for those who are listening me for the first time, I want to tell you that this is a very good curriculum. It begins in PP1 at the age of 5 years or 4 years. And it is also referred to as age-based curriculum, whereby a child would move with age 5 years to 17 years in grade 12. And from PP1 to grade 12, they only receive one certificate, unlike 844. And that certificate is in grade 12, referred to as KCBE, Kenya Certificate of Basic education.
Okay.
Because from PP1 to grade 12, that is what we call basic education, which is in our Kenyan constitution that should be compulsory and free to every learner in the Republic of Kenya. That is CBC for you. Between PP1, that is pre-primary 1, you go for 2 years in pre-primary 1, pre-primary 2, 5 to 6 years. Then you move to primary from grade 1 to grade 6. And from grade 1 to grade 6 is also divided into 2. Lower primary 3 years, upper primary 3 years. Then from there you go to junior. Junior?
Junior. Is it junior school or junior? Yes.
This is a mistake people are doing. They are calling it. We do not have junior secondary.
Yes.
You go to junior school.
Junior school,
From
yes.
junior school for 3 years, you go to senior school for another 3 years. And that is now the structure of CBC, and there is no repeating. You start from PP1 to the last grade, that is grade 12. People are asking, from when you get to grade 6, there is another national assessment. It is not examination. They are called assessments, and that national assessment is called KEPSEA. KEPSEA helps the teachers and the parents to assess the child development as they transit now to junior school. And that structure has some focus areas. In PP1, PP2, they focus on interaction skills. Interaction skills which begins at home. When a mother is breastfeeding, they talk to the child. I'm mom, this is daddy, introduces the child to the family. That interaction skill. When you take that child to school, the teacher interacts with that child and introduces the teacher now to another community, which is the school, the head teacher, and all of the surroundings, the new environment, for 2 years. Then from there they go to primary school for 6 years. 6 years they are taught socialization skills, and that is the reason why you realize in CBE they sit in groups, because the teaching pedagogy or methodology is different from 844. They are grouped so that the teacher can give them an assignment because of some seven core competencies in CBC. These core competencies came from the 21st century learner must acquire there are four major competencies you need, and I think you have some of them, and that's why you are here seated with me. And that is communication,
yes,
collaboration, critical thinking and problem solving, and creativity. Creativity and imagination. You see, we are in a very creative setup here.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, those ones in CBE, they have been extended to 7. So we have communication and collaboration, critical thinking and problem solving. We have creativity and imagination, citizenship, to love their country. We have learning to learn. We have digital literacy. The world has moved to digital. And finally, self-efficacy. Self-efficacy, whereby the vision of CBC is to have an engaged, empowered, moral citizen. So with those competencies from PP1 to grade 12, they empower that child. And that's why you will find a CBC learner is better than the previous 844. Now, when you move from primary to junior school, the focus area there is exploration. What is exploration? Discovery. This child is able to discover themselves at the age of when they move from 12 to 14. The age of 12 to 14, that is where a child is ambitious.
Yeah.
In fact, their ambition goes like this. When you grow old, your ambition goes like this, is limited. Like if I asked you, when you grow up, what do you want to become?
Yeah. I've already become.
Yeah. The best you can become is a church elder if you're not.
Yes.
Nyumba kumi chair.
Yeah.
A good grandmother. But for a 10-year-old, for 12 to 14-year-old,
yes,
they're ambitious. They want to become
very
a pilot.
wide. Yeah.
I also want to recognize this girl, 22 years in Nyeri.
Yeah.
She's hugging a tree for 72 hours.
I've just read that story today. I'm like, wow.
Try 25 hours. You can't. Now, they're ambitious like that.
Yes.
When they are in now junior school, as they explore, they're introduced to 3 career pathways, which is arts and sports science,
Yes.
STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics,
Yes.
and social science. Now, all careers fall under those 3 career pathways. Those pathways it's a roadmap to where they'll be going to their career, where their career goes. For example, if you're good in art, music, you can go to arts and sports science. If you're good in sports, if you're good in science, making things, technology, you go to STEM. If you're a journalist, you want to become a journalist, a pastor, you go to social science, entrepreneur. They are categorized like that. At junior school, that's when they discover what they want to become. And when they discover they want to become maybe an engineer, they take that pathway of STEM, so that when they go to senior school, they'll go to pre-career specialization.
Wow. So
now, as we wait for KJSEA, when these results are released, and this is the good news, and I want parents to relax. I want parents to not get worried, because even getting worried never solved any problem. There is a guarantee that 100% of all those learners who sat for KJSEA will go to senior school express. All of them.
All of them.
The space is more than the learners, because we have around 1.1 million learners who sat for KJSEA. In senior school, we have the former now secondary school or high school, we have around 2.4 million spaces. This is the fact. In senior school, we do not have Form 1, 2 empty classes waiting for them. So, and as I said, there is no repeating in CBC, CBE. Remember, the tension that was there in previous regime or previous is that in 844, when you did KCPE and you failed, you could not secure a place in secondary school. But this time, tension wekeni kando. You will all go to senior school. Now, every good things come with a challenge. Now the challenge, and I know the tension where it is because some parents have preferred schools that they want their learners to go, which were categorized in C1, C2, C3, C4. C1 are the former national schools, likes of Alliance, Mangu, Maryhill, Maseno School, Kabianga School, Machakos. Those ones are C1. C2 are former extra county school, and C3 are former county school, and C4 are day schools, sub-county schools. So most parents and all parents would desire and would wish their learners to go to C1. Those are national school, but there are also advantages and disadvantages as we continue discussing this issue. So that is the overview of CBC, CBE.
Yes. Wow. That was quite extensive and well elaborated. And I think it really helps us even to understand what we are dealing with, because as you said, the tension is in the choice of the schools. I mean, I have talked to people, and that is where they are, targeted at, that I just want this particular school. But maybe I would want for you to break it down a little bit more, so that people really get to understand what determines the choice of school that these children are going to go, and why it's important for parents to embrace whatever has been selected for their children.
Now, there's one thing every parent should know, that this is a new curriculum.
Yeah.
And as much as it's a new curriculum, there is a slogan I kept on telling them that CBC is new, CBC is evolving, and CBC is still under construction. It is not over yet. Until now, we get this grade 9 who are going to grade 10 to finish up to grade 12, and then we see what if it worked.
Yeah.
So we are still in the formative stages of forming this CBC, completing the curriculum. And I tell you, change of a curriculum is not easy.
It's not.
It is just like changing over of a government. From like the recent past, we had the Uhuru Ruto government to Kenya Kwanza. We even have a transitional committee. They will be even having a transitional committee in schools to welcome the new curriculum in senior school, and also to make sure they don't forget the existing curriculum of 844, Form 3s and Form 4. There will be a lot of work, crisis, coordinations, new normals, some things that have never happened before. The teachers in senior school are not yet well retooled, and that is also part of our discussion today, because parents should be aware that sometimes as much as they go to those national schools, public, there's a challenge there. The government did not retool parents, teachers properly. There are still some teachers, even the media itself is not well informed about CBE, because even today as I was coming, I heard news from mainstream media talking about now today the results will be released for KJSEA to know where the learners will be going to senior secondary, and that one should not be used, because I can take you back so that you understand the story of CBE.
Yes.
When Amina Mohammed was the Minister of Education, that's when CBC began, and she told the government that the Kenya is not ready for it. And what happened the following day? She was transferred to the Ministry of Sport because alionekana kona mchezo mingi. Kapelekwa Sports Ministry. And then Mwakoha was brought.
Yes.
And at that time, you remember very well, we were told now junior, they will do KEPSEA and they will go to junior secondary. And all parents, there was a cry everywhere in the country. Parents were not comfortable taking a grade 7 to secondary school to interact with the Form 3, Form 4, big boys, big girls. So they were concerned. And at that time we had the politics, that was a campaign time, and we were told by the now government that if we get this position bottom up, we will ensure that we solve this problem once and for all. And that is exactly what they did. They formed a task force called Presidential Working Party. And as I'm speaking to you today, that is the report that we use to implement some of the things that are implemented today. They are in Presidential Working Party document. And one of the proposals, they said we should not have secondary schools in Kenya because we are changing the curriculum. So when we mention secondary, it has a connotation of the previous regime 844. So it was removed. So it became junior secondary, but junior school. I'm also confusing. Junior school.
Yes. So
previously you would hear them talk about JSS. Nowadays it's JS.
Just JS, okay.
Yes, and senior school SS. So once they said that, they also came up with the ways and means of transiting from junior school to senior school. And also they're the ones who proposed that now junior school will be domiciled in primary. And it was very good because, grade 6, then they went to junior school, grade 7, and they changed the uniform. Yes, because it's another school all the same. Junior school, you are from primary, now you go to junior school. And there was a conflict at that time. Because this grade 9 today, that time when they went to junior school, there was standard 8. And these ones were referred to as junior secondary, and they were allowed to wear new uniform, which is trousers, and the others in primary were wearing short. And there was a conflict. They were telling them, nyinyi mko 8, mko primary, we are secondary. And that conflict was there because these ones felt they were senior, and these ones felt they were in secondary, and yet these ones are in primary. You know, that conflict. And the same conflict may come back again when they go to senior school, because even you, when you're in high school, when you went to Form 3, how did you refer yourself to? As a
senior. Yeah.
Now imagine grade 10 are going there saying we are senior school. And these ones, the same conflict that was there in primary will follow them there, because these ones are saying we are seniors, we are now in Form 3. Even maybe we used to call Form 1s monos, there will be no Form 1. So they will be seniors. How? Seniors, how?
Okay.
Because these are senior school. And there will be a change of the name of the school, vision, mission, because it's a new curriculum, all the same. Those are things that maybe that one, if I continue in that direction, I'll be addressing more of the principals and the educationists, the principals, the head teachers. But now let us look at the parents. The parents, at this particular time, they need to realize that there is a high cost in CBC, CBE. And what they should be doing right now is to think about where they'll get that money to go to senior school. Because one, if they are going to boarding national schools which are C1, it will be 53,000 per year. Those are the charges that the government has released. But once you get to the school, there are many other hidden charges. Remedios, you know, they had bought a bus, they have a loan for the bus. Maybe they want to do arts and sports science, they don't have a studio. What do? They fundraise there. They you know, there are so many charges. And this 53,000, maybe in first term they will pay 23,000, but they also around 20,000 for the uniform, another 20,000 for shoes, box, and
all those
all
things,
the other things. So I was even preparing them and telling them, if you have a child in Kejesea, remember, as we love Christmas, Christmas is not an emergency. So they should prepare well, so that they have at least around 80 to 100,000 for that learner. The other thing that parents are making a mistake is talking about the preferred school, and they forget there is a preferred subject combination of the learner.
Okay, just hold that thought a little bit. Really sorry. We're being told we need to go on a break because they need to check something with the microphone. So let us go on a short break so that when we come back, we are able to hear well. So just hold that thought. When we come back, we will still continue with the conversation. So we'll be back in a short while.
Hi, my name is Sharon Aitore Wangenye. Thank you so much for being one of our viewers. We truly honor you and appreciate you. We'd love to know how you're receiving us, how your reception is in terms of the quality of the video and the audio as well. So please scan this QR code and give us your feedback. Thank you and God bless you.
Welcome to the world of Hope Media, a media unit of Christ is the Answer Ministries that is committed to spreading the gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ through the transformative power of media. Hope Media is dedicated to utilizing various forms of media to spread the message of hope, love, and redemption to all people around the world. Hope Media consists of various units that work together to achieve this goal. These units include Hope FM, Hope FM is your #1 Christian radio station, offering you discussions on current day-to-day issues, inspiring music, life-changing sermons, and news updates, broadcasting 80% in English and 20% in Swahili, with listenership of over 12 million every month. Hope TV. Hope TV programming is designed to inspire, educate, and challenge the viewer with wholesome content to reach various demographic groups: children, youth, and adults, both male and female, with viewership of over 24 million every month. Hope Recording Studios. Hope Recording Studios is a state-of-the-art recording facility that offers high-quality recording, mixing, and mastering services. It is designed to meet the needs of musicians, artists, and other creative professionals who require top-notch recording facilities. Hope Creative. At Hope Creatives, we believe that inspiring graphic design work doesn't just happen. It takes the right people with wild, out-of-the-box ideas committed to the same ideals, working together to make it happen. We listen, we learn, we brand. Hope Digital. Hope Digital is a creative digital unit within Hope Media. We are driven by a passion to creatively express ourselves while influencing you with the same creative energy in online spaces and beyond. At Hope Media, we believe that media can be a powerful tool for spreading the message of hope as well as grow your business through advertisements, and we do this with excellence. For more information regarding our services, please visit www.hopemediakenya.org or call us on 0709 861 180. Media. We keep hope alive. There's a world out there searching for hope, and you can help bring it home. By becoming a friend of Hope, you're helping us share the love of Jesus through Hope FM and Hope TV. With a donation of any amount, join hands with us to bring hope and point souls to the transforming power of Jesus Christ. Become a friend of Hope today by making your donation through the M-Pesa Paybill number 933933, account FOH. For more information on how to become a friend of Hope, call 0116-212-723 or email customerexperience@hopefm.org or visit www.hopemediakenya.org. Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive.
Thank you for tuning in to Hope TV, your go-to channel for hope, inspiration, education, and wholesome entertainment. At Hope TV, we are committed to knowing God and making Him known through powerful media content. We truly value you and are dedicated to serving you better. For feedback, inquiries, or complaints, reach out via WhatsApp or SMS on 0708 222 323. Email us at customerexperience@hopefm.org. Hope TV, look and live.
I want to create this incredible hermeneutical hyperlink between Numbers 5 and John 7 and 8. In Numbers 5, there's this weird thing called the suspicion offering. If a woman was convicted of committing adultery upon the suspicions of her husband, she would be given by the priest water with dirt sprinkled inside of it. Now, fast forward to John chapter 7. Jesus promises not dirty water, but living water. Then if you go to the next chapter, John chapter 8, there's a woman who had committed adultery, and instead of giving her dirty water, he actually wrote in the dirt, the one who gave fountains of living water, not the sins of the woman who committed adultery, but rather the sins of the Pharisees accusing her who tried to make her drink the proverbial dirty water. He wrote in the dirt against the Pharisees because the word for to write in Greek is katagraphein, and it means to write against someone. Now, that's exactly what Jeremiah 17 says. It says that because you have forsaken the fountains of living water, your name will be written in the dirt. So rather than giving her water with dirt in it, he gave her fountains of living water and wrote in the dirt the names of the Pharisees who were the ones who had forsaken the living waters by becoming judgmental. What is this showing us? That Jesus is all about grace and not about law. In the same way, may we be a people who are marked not by law, but may we be a people who are known for our grace.
In addition to provision, there are additional roles.
Yeah.
You know, the father models how to be a man. I will give you an example. There is a time I traveled and my son was very young. And my wife tells me that my son would always go to check after they have done devotion.
Yes.
He would always go to check if the doors have been closed before they go to sleep.
Yes, yes.
What does that tell you? That this young boy was observing how the father behaves.
Yeah.
So as young as he was,
Yeah.
he would always do the man part while the father is away.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when you deny a child the opportunity to be modeled, you are actually saying when they grow up, there will be something missing in them that should have been provided by the presence of a father.
Yeah.
Past episodes on our YouTube channel at Hope TV Kenya. Men on Record. Every Friday at 7 p.m.
Rafiki soul is the promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond what angaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki soul is a promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond what angaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki msoul.
Friends of Hope. Keeping hope alive.
Hi everyone, my name is George Gishoro, a presenter with Hope TV. Thank you so very much for continuing to support us by watching all our programs. Now, we would love to serve you even better. Now, we want to know where you are watching us from and the strength of the signal. You can scan the QR code and ensure that you answer all the questions in ensuring that you are getting us loud and clear with crystal pictures. So go ahead and fill in the QR code so that we can serve you better right here at Hope TV, where you look and live.
Once you set the goal will guide you even on the which vehicle to use, whether are you meeting the threshold that is required or not. So the goal becomes the first thing. Then the next thing now, after setting the goal, now look inwards. Like the traditional African kitchen, 3 stones,
Yes.
cooking your investments in a pot. You now need to balance this goal in those 3 stones.
That it doesn't fall.
Yes, and one of those stones there is objective.
Objective. Yes.
What do I want in this financial security or in this instrument that I want to use? Because the same instrument can have different goals. So that objective needs to be balanced with your risk appetite. That's stone number 2. My risk appetite. Are there things that I can withstand? To know that, by the way, my risk appetite may be based on the information I've had or experiences or exposure. There are certain things that I can withstand. And then the third one is horizon. So how much time do you have in that space? That is horizon. What can you withstand becomes your risk appetite. Objective becomes what do you want from that thing. Exactly.
Catch past episodes on our YouTube channel at Hope TV Kenya. Men on Record, every Friday at 7 p.m.
Come back. We are still having the conversation ongoing, and I know that we are getting to learn a lot. So I think before we got cut off a little bit, we were looking at the subs and how this now translates to the schools that they will go to. So maybe talk about it.
Yes, I was saying that when they were doing subjects combination, they were not choosing schools. They were choosing subjects. These subjects, when you choose a subject and you click in the portal, you would get the school offering those subjects combinations. And that's how they were selecting senior school. As I told you earlier, that after exploration they are going for pre-career specialization. So how I want to guide parents is that let us not just focus so much on the school, the preferred school you want your child to go, but the will of that child, the choice, the will to choose the school, the career, because those subjects combination they chose will dictate the school they will be invited. So once the results are out, there is also good news that once that KJSEA is released and the performance of a child does not reflect the choice of the pathway, maybe he had chosen STEM but he has not performed well in integrated science, pre-technical, mathematics, that clearly shows that that child is not good in STEM. So the good news is that between now and the time we'll be going to senior school, or when he goes to senior school, he can change the pathway. They have a provision to change the pathway and the subjects again, because dictated by the release, the results they get. Yes, and I think this is a very good flexibility that is coming from the Ministry of Education and NEC. And what I just want to insist on, let the will of the child be respected. Yes, because there are some people who will go and do a career that they don't want, the pathway they don't want. So if they do a career the pathway they don't want and qualify, what they will do, they will go to a career they don't want. It's just like marrying a person you don't want.
Imagine.
Your life will be miserable.
That's true.
So let us give them the will of choosing what they want. When it comes to senior school, definitely these have been a problem ever since, even in 844. You realized in 844 there were some preferred schools, and during selections of those schools, senior school or secondary school at that time, you realize like Alliance Girls especially will get 100,000 candidates interested in going there. You'll find a school like Kenya High around 90,000, a school like Mangu, and the capacity in that in those schools is around 2,000. Currently, I think it's 2,000, given that we don't have Form 1 and Form 2. So you realize that is a very big problem. So what I would tell parents is that first and foremost, if the results will be released today, then immediately after the results are released from next week, because tomorrow is a public holiday, the Ministry of Education will go and do placements. Right. Before Christmas, they will have known the schools they'll be going. So at that time, they are warned. Let me give them a piece of advice. If you get an invitation to a school you don't prefer to go and you think you'd want to transfer, please don't download that letter, because once you download it, it means you have accepted that school. So what they do is, what you do as a parent, don't download that letter. Even when it comes, don't be excited so much. Just take your time, even if it's your preferred school. Just take time and think about the school. You can do due diligence. You can even visit the school if you want, if it's somewhere you can go and see if you're comfortable. And then once you print that letter, it means you have accepted. If you don't print and you want a transfer, the procedures are clear. You go back to the school, your child, for the KJSEA, and talk to the HOI. I know you're wondering who is a HOI. In CBC, the head teacher and head teachers are now referred as HOI, head of institutions. Sio walala HOI.
I was wondering.
Yes. Now, head of institution will write you a letter, and the procedure will start. That is a story for another day. But immediately you want a transfer, don't download that letter. Go to the HOI, head of institution, and then, very important, that should be 14 days before the admission day. For your own information, admission day will be 12th January. So you work backwards. So those are the things that most parents are fearing, and because it is with us, you have to endure, you have to go through them. Because I remember when I was getting my firstborn, I got a nurse who told me kuzaa si kazi. Kazi ni nini?
Kulea.
Yes. So msiogope kulea. I don't know how you can translate that to English.
Don't be afraid of raising those children up.
Yes.
In many words. Wow, this is a very important conversation that we are having, and I think I'm also now thinking of handling this exam result expectations, because growing up with our African parents setup, there was a mark, there was a goal we had to ensure that we achieve, and then when children would fail, either they get a very good beating or even some privileges are withdrawn. So I think there's a lot of tension both on the parents and also on the children. But how can we ensure that we are managing our expectations even when it comes to the results and whatever schools, however it comes?
Number one, parents should realize we are in 21st century. We have 21st century learners. The challenge is, are we parents the 21st century parents?
That's a good question.
Yes, because maybe even what you're preferring your child to do is not what they want to do. That's also another conflict. You hear your son telling you, Mom, I want to become a content creator, and then you wonder, content creator? When other learners are aiming to become engineers, doctors, you want to become a content creator. Yes, in TikTok. But you forget that this 21st century learner and CBE is focusing more on skills and not the white collar job. That one all parents should know. Number two, I also want to give a story, a small story about somebody who was selling Coca-Cola in Arabic countries. And when he went there, he realized people did not know about Coca-Cola. So what he did, he came up with 3 photos. One, somebody who is thirsty. Another one, somebody drinking Coca-Cola. Another one, a very energized person. And then he placed those photos strategically. And to his surprise, people stopped buying Coca-Cola completely. Until he got a very big loss, and he he was called back home in Atlanta. When he went there was a board meeting and he was tasked, why didn't you sell coke? And he said people there, communication barrier, they could not communicate in English. So what did you do? He produced the picture and everybody gave him a standing ovation. That was a very creative way of selling our product. But the question was, why? Only to realize in Arabic countries they read from left to right.
Oh.
So they were seeing a very energized person drinking Coca-Cola and then
becoming very thirsty.
So they could not buy that product.
Yes.
That is the problem we have between parents and the learners today. Parents read from left to right. Learners read from right to left. And that conflict is huge. And there are some parents who believe that for my child to be prosperous, they must go to the Alliance, to the Maseno School, to the Kabianga, to the Mango. Only to realize that there are other learners going to a day school, just a day school, and they specialize in a course that, like, you know, in CBC we have pre-technical studies, like maybe metalwork, maybe plumbing, and that child in day school becomes a good plumber, and at the end of the day they make millions more than the doctors in Alliance. So there is a big problem in understanding career and guiding parents. The 21st, I don't know if I'll call them the 21st century parents and learners. That conflict is there. And then the other conflict that is actually very clear, government has failed in implementing the very good curriculum to the people. It has not delivered the money or money in time. You realized, if you've been following news, that the government, the publishers are refusing to publish the books because there is a balance of around 12 billion. Yet, when you listen to the same news, they are saying that the Ministry of Education has been given around 702 billion, a budget of 702 billion, 28% in our Kenyan's budget, national budget. And then I wonder, what is 12 billion in 702 billion budget? And I also wonder, do they really get the 702 billion they talk about? That's almost a trillion, my friend. Because there's so many things that are wanting. From infrastructure, these are a lot of pain. From changing of the books here and there, because as I said, CBC is new, is still under construction. As it's evolving, you know, they do some public participation, and the parents say they don't want this, they don't want that. You know, even from the word junior school and junior secondary, that is a big change. You go to many schools, they have not been able even to change that word secondary. And that's why it is confusing up to date. You find that there's a lot of problems in schools. They did not have laboratories. To an extent, they even did dry practicals because their pockets were dry.
Literally.
Literally dry. So many people ask me, now how do we solve this problem? And I tell them, you just look at the government and tell the government, wait, serikali, please do something. This is our children. And they say that a great leader thinks about the next generation and a great politician about the next elections. As you look at our scenario today, and I don't want to dwell on that, we are focused more on elections than generation. The only thing I will tell you the government delivers is the ballot paper and the ballot box. It reaches everyone in all corners of the country.
I tell you.
How I wish they would deliver education, books, capitation, the way they deliver that ballot paper will be in a better place.
We'll be far.
Those are challenges, and those challenges in CBE we say we need to learn. We also need critical thinking and problem solving. When you look at the private schools in Kenya,
yes,
they are doing a good job. Registering a private school in Kenya is painstaking because they scrutinize you very well. They check the standard of the classroom. They also instruct you, the learners that you are supposed to handle in a class. They want to see the qualifications of the teachers. And as they do all that, you'll find that in private school, that's where CBC is. You go to the public school, you'll find 100 students in a class, 80 in a class. The things that they scrutinize in private schools, they do not scrutinize in their own institutions. And that brings another conflict. You hear that now when the results sometimes, I don't know, for this year, they are released, they do something we call standardization. Those who are in a private school may perform better than in public, but because public learners are sponsored by the government, their results, which are low, they are standardized so that they can get equal. And is it right for the child in private school, that parent who has paid more to get better education, so that in fact even in previous regime we used to take our children to private school so that they can secure good national schools, and then from paying all that money, the standardization, until a point whereby you'll hear a parent taking a child in a private school but registering them in a public school because that's where they were at least given the best schools that they were looking for. So those are the challenges that are there. And since this is our country, we need not to keep quiet. We need to tell the government to do something. And also, at this particular moment, we need to kneel down and look for strength that comes from above. Because I also believe in prayers, the power of prayers. Prayers work. We pray that God gives our leaders wisdom, that they also focus on education the way they focused on by-elections. If they only focused on education the way they focused on a by-elections, we'll be in a better place.
That is very true. Very, very true. Wow. This is a very profound conversation, Wambugu wa Kamau. I hope I've said that correctly. And I think it's a blessing to have you come here today at such a time as this, because I think most parents are feeling like this is a therapeutic session for them, even as they continue to listen. Allow me to give you an opportunity to give one final encouragement or just hope to the parents, even as they look forward to the examination results, and also let the people know how they can get in touch with you.
My final parting shot to all parents and the government of Kenya, Ministry of Education, everybody. There is a story given of a person who asked, of a king who asked somebody to go and research and give him words that will make him happy when he's sad and make him sad when he's happy. And that guy who gave those words was a genius. And I want to use those words to those who are happy to get a bit sad. And those who are very sad to get a bit happy. And those who have anxiety, at least to release anxiety and worry and to be happy, because whenever you are facing any challenge, any success, just remember these words: and it shall come to pass. When you're happy, know that and it shall come to pass
also.
Yes. And if you're very, very sad, you are going through a tension, through a hardship, remember, even that hardship, and it shall come to pass. I remember Dedan Kimathi and our forefathers, when they were fighting, it was hard. They could not have seen the possibility of independence, but they knew. And it shall come to pass. And today we have independence. And those who are in power today, they may be very excited they're in power today, but they should remember, and
it shall come
to pass.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
I like that. That's beautiful. And I know it's already time, but I think there's a question here, maybe in just a few seconds. I don't know if we can be able to answer it, but it says, as children transition from one grade to the next, how can parents or guardians ensure a healthy spiritual, moral, and also physical growth and transition as well?
Yes.
Maybe you can answer that in a few seconds.
In a few seconds, I will say, first and foremost, it's good that you have recognized that you need that. For spiritual and moral, you need to pray for them. And then the school that you're taking your child, if God has blessed you, I would prefer, look for a school. We have schools that are laid in the foundation of Christianity.
Right.
I prefer you choose those schools. There are also public schools which are church sponsored, and they build the learners spiritually. And as I finish, when these learners go to senior school, they will do 10 subjects. These 10 subjects are divided into 3. There will be 4 compulsory subjects. There will be 3 electives, the one they chose. 3 electives and 3 supportive. In those 3 supportive, in this curriculum, engraved in our curriculum, there is RE, religious education, moral upright, for their moral support. There is PE for their health, and there is also ICT because the world is moving digital. I think that one is well taken care of.
Yes.
But as I always say, that they may be written in paper, but where rubber meets the road is when action is taken.
It's taken, absolutely. Wow, that is amazing. And thank you so much for just breaking it down for us, for opening our eyes to so much, and even encouraging our parents who are watching this morning and really praying at the edge of their seats. I think this interview has just made them relax, not be so tensed up, to know that God has a good plan for their children as well. So maybe how can people get in touch, and especially your TikTok, where you say you're really active?
They can follow me in my Facebook, TikTok.
Yes.
Wambugu wa Kamau official.
Okay.
TikTok, and then Wambugu wa Kamau in Facebook, Instagram, and I can also give them my personal number.
Yes.
0720 78 94 93. Yes.
Yeah, in case they have any questions, they can get to you that way.
Yes.
Beautiful, amazing. Thank you so much, Wambugu wa Kamau. That's a unique name. I mean, nawezi kosa kuipata pale kwenye mtandao. God bless you so much for coming through, and may God keep using you in that space. I believe that is a calling. You speak with it so passionately, so I believe it is a calling, and you are giving hope to many parents. So asante sana. And to our viewers, asanteni sana for tuning in. I hope you have gotten all the information, and even those little gaps that maybe were there, with questions with regards to the CBE, the CBC, the junior school versus the junior secondary school. I believe all these things have been laid out there, and I trust that you have also been encouraged. Even as you wait for the results, it's good to be at peace and know that everything is going to go well. I think I love the fact that our guest has told us hakuna mtu atakosa kuenda senior school. There are more than enough spaces. Everyone will get that opportunity. So it's just a matter of sitting down with your child, get to know what do they want to do, so that you're not forcing them in a direction they don't want to. And remember, it's not even really about the school where they go to. It's their determination and their hard work that will pave the way for their better future. So let's support support our children. Let us hold their hand. No matter how the results come, let us keep going. Nasi tumeambiwa it will come to pass eventually. So let us just have that hope within us. So this has been Relationship Resonance. This is how we do it to ensure that our relationships are well taken care of, even on a day like today when the exams are going to be released of KJSEA. So that brings us to the end of our conversation, and I'll see you guys actually next week. Tomorrow is a holiday, so I hope you do have a beautiful, beautiful long weekend celebrating and just thanking God for his goodness. Let us see each other next week on Monday. See you next week. Bye-bye.